Dear students of standard 12, welcome back to the video class of biology zoology. The first introduction topic we have studied various types of reproductions in various types of animals, starting from unicellular protozoans up to the huge animals. What are the various methods of asexual reproductions are there? What are the various methods of sexual reproductions? Everything we have discussed. But in the second topic, we are going to study about the human reproductive system. In the animal kingdom, the human beings are considered as the highest organism, highest or well-developed animal organism we can consider. But we are also peculiar because we are having the skill of communicating, and also we have the skill of analyzing, reasoning. So we are peculiar. We are highest group of organisms. We are. So in our body, how the reproduction is taking place, where the system is present, what are the various organs are present in the system, everything we are going to study in this particular class. So any higher organisms, any higher animals if you take, in each and every species we can find two types of organisms, males and females. In any population, if males and females are present separately, then that condition is called sexual dimorphism. What is the meaning of sexual dimorphism? We have to see. That is, all the individuals in that particular population are sexually differentiated into males and females. That is called sexual dimorphism. Then the males, the male reproductive system will be present. In females, the female reproductive system will be present. So structurally and functionally, the male reproductive system and female reproductive systems are different. So they are present in different individuals, so that we are calling the individuals as male and female. So in this lesson we are going to study male reproductive system in male individuals and the female reproductive system in the female individuals. The structure and the functions we are going to study. So before we start with this human reproductive system, in the human reproduction, there are several common events. That is common. They are common for the entire male and the female. Everything is common. So we are going to study about what are the common events in human reproductive system, reproduction. So common events in human reproduction. We are going to start. Now the first common event is gametogenesis. We have to study about gametogenesis. First, we have to know the meaning of this terminology, gametogenesis. We can separate this terminology, gametogenesis, into two. One is gameto. Gameto means gametes. The second part is genesis. Genesis means development. We can call development, or it is also called formation. Development or formation. Now in the gametogenesis, if you add these two, you will get the meaning of it. It is the process of development of gametes. It is the process of formation of gametes. That is called the gametogenesis. Now gametes means the reproductive cells. The reproductive cells are the sperms and ova. Ovum singular, ova plural. Now the reproductive cells are sperms and ova. Sperms are produced by male individual, and the ova are produced by the female individual. So combined together, sperms and ova together we can call as gametes. So gametogenesis is the formation of the gametes. In the gametogenesis there are two stages. One in male, one in female. That is, the first one is spermatogenesis. The first one is spermatogenesis. Now we will take the meaning of spermatogenesis. Genesis means, already I told you, formation or development. Spermato means spermatozoa. The spermatozoa we are calling very shortly as sperms. We are calling them as sperms. Very shortly we are calling. So now we can give, there is a add up the meaning of this. Genesis means formation, spermato means sperms. It is the process of formation of sperms. This is actually the spermatogenesis. It happens it takes place in the testis of male. Testis of males. So that is the first one, spermatogenesis. Now we are coming to the second one, oogenesis. Now what is this oogenesis? Genesis means formation. Oo means ova. Ovum singular, ova plural. It is the formation of ova in the ovary of females. This is actually. So, in the gametogenesis, two steps are there, spermatogenesis and oogenesis. The combined together we are calling it as spermatogenesis. It is the first event. Once the human individual is a grown, well matured, in the matured individuals, the spermatogenesis is taking place in the males, oogenesis is taking place in the females. That is the first step. Now the second event, what we are going to study is called insemination. Insemination. What is the meaning of insemination? We have to see. It is the transfer of semen into the female reproductive tract. This is actually the meaning of it. In the male's body, the testis is producing lot of sperms. The sperms will be present in a fluid called the seminal fluid. So the sperms and the seminal fluid together we can call as a semen. We will study in detail in the later part. So the semen is the sperm with fluid. The transfer of semen into the female reproductive tract is called insemination. Insemination means injecting the semen into the female reproductive organ. It is a second event. Once the sperms are introduced into the female reproductive tract, the next event is taking place. It is called fertilization. In the first chapter, we have studied the meaning of fertilization. It is the union of a sperm with one ovum. This is actually called the fertilization. It is a union. Imagine that this is the ovum. It is there in the female reproductive tract. This is the sperm. It is produced by the male. It is present with a fluid and called what? Semen. Now the semen is in the female reproductive tract. The sperm is moving towards the ovum, having the contact with the ovum, and slowly the sperm is entering into the ovum. This is called a union. It is also called a fusion. So this fusion of a sperm with one ovum is called a fertilization. As a result of which one cell is produced. The cell is called a zygote. The zygote is also called a fertilized egg. It is also called a fertilized egg. So one sperm is fusing with one ovum and forming a zygote, that is fertilized egg. This process is called fertilization. Now the next event is going to take place in the female body. Now next everything is taking place in the female's body. The fourth event is cleavage. Now we take what is the meaning of cleavage. Now the zygote is formed at the end of fertilization. Now this is the zygote. Now it is a fertilized egg. Now this zygote is undergoing repeated mitotic division. Mitosis, you might have studied in the lower classes. One cell divides into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 8 into 16, 16 into 32, like that. Keep on multiplying. As a result of it, enormous number of tiny cells are produced, and slowly the structure is developing into a hollow ball-like structure. Hollow means a wide cavity will be present and all the tiny cells are arranged at the outer region. So this is becoming a tiny ball-like structure, hollow ball-like structure. This tiny hollow ball-like structure is called the blastula. It is called the blastula, or it is also called the blastocyst. It is also called the blastocyst. Anything. So during cleavage, one single large zygote is repeatedly dividing by mitosis, and finally it is forming a hollow spherical ball-like structure called blastula or blastocyst. That is called cleavage. Then the fifth event is what we are going to study is implantation. Now we take what is the meaning of implantation. Once the blastula is formed in the female reproductive tract, this blastula is going to or entering into a special organ present in the female reproductive system. This special organ is called uterus. Now it is a thick muscular organ, very thick muscular organ. It is very special organ present only in female's body. Now this is the uterus. Now the blastula is entering into the uterus, and this blastula is getting attached with any one part of the uterus. With the wall of the uterus it is attached. Now this attachment of blastula with the wall of the uterus is called placentation. Now once the attachment is over, now this area alone I will draw separately. It is the next event. It is called the cystic event. What I am going to do, it is called placentation. Now what is the meaning of placentation? We have to see. Now this part I am going to take it. Now this is the wall of the uterus. Now here the blastula is present. Actually it is touching the wall. I am giving little gap. Now this is the blastula, it is attached with it. But in between the blastula and the wall of the uterus, a special tissue is formed which is connecting the wall of the uterus with the blastula. This special tissue which is formed here is called placenta. Now through this special tissue placenta, the mother can supply food, other water, oxygen, everything to the blastula to grow. The blastula is producing waste. The waste will be taken by the mother's body. So it is acting as a filter. It is allowing food and oxygen to the blastula. It is collecting the waste from the blastula. Not only blastula, future completely. So the formation of placenta is called placentation. That is, placentation means it is the formation of placenta between the wall of the uterus and the blastula. Blastula is otherwise called a blastocyst. Now that's we have completed about the cyst event.